The question before the council is not whether to stay. It is whether staying can still mean what it has always meant. The convergence is different from any previous one. Normally the council meets in that distributed, dreaming space that humans cannot access, a shared attention across continents, voices without bodies, the harmonic consensus that has governed their work for 200 years. This time, at Zenith's insistence, they meet in person. Physical presence, human faces, a rented conference room in Zurich on a Tuesday in March with coffee growing cold on the table and rain on the windows. 7 council members. 7 people who are not quite people, sitting with the particular stillness that Mira Santos once called the only word she could find for what was different about them. Zenith opens without preamble. He says, the question is simple. We have been observers. We can no longer be only that. The broadcast made that impossible. What we must decide is what we become instead. 3 positions emerge. The first, withdrawal. Complete, immediate. The argument is that the broadcast has already corrupted the observation, that anything they do from here will be influence rather than science, that the ethical choice is to leave and let humanity navigate what was always going to be its own trajectory. The speaker is Dimitri, who has come out of hiding for this meeting and will return to it after. He is not wrong, Vael thinks. He is right about the problem and wrong about the solution. The second position, conditional continuation. They stay, but move fully into the open. No more covers. No more identities. Official presences, registered addresses, the uncomfortable but manageable transition from hidden to visible. The Helsinki linguist advocates for this with the quiet conviction of someone who has spent 60 years wanting to stop pretending. The third position, Vael's, is harder to summarize because it is not a position so much as a direction. He says, I don't know what we become. I know what we cannot remain. I know that the child in the red raincoat is 13 years old and writes letters that deserve answers. I know that the archive contains 41 preventable deaths we called acceptable. I know that a signal arrived from somewhere we didn't know was looking. He pauses. I think the question isn't what we become. I think the question is whether we are willing to find out together. The vote is not unanimous. It is 5-2, the 2 dissenters being Dimitri and a council member named Hannah who calls in from a location she still will not disclose. 5-2, the council stays. The council changes. What it changes into is not yet decided, which is precisely the point. After the vote, Zenith sits at the window in the Zurich rain for a long time. When he finally stands, he leaves the Richard Holt posture behind in the chair, not the face. He will still need the face, these things take time. But the posture. The weight of managing a performance he is no longer certain is necessary. He stands differently. It is a small thing. Everything consequential begins as a small thing.